Welcome. My name is Margot Matty, and I will be giving you a recap of 2021 and a forecast of 2022 through notes and through a channeled reading. Thank you for joining. In 2021 and even in 2020, Spirit, Source, your ancestors, all of the higher consciousnesses would have liked you to have discovered, would have liked you to have remembered your true nature, to take a pause, to rest in your beingness. This is what the sickness has allowed us to come into. True, deep, honest rest and beingness. This is what would have been preferred by your guides, by the higher consciousnesses, by God. I pulled two cards for the collective perspective. So the first card that kept coming out was Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. So this year is really going to be about stepping into your mastery. That tiger energy. This is the year of the water tiger in Chinese culture, Chinese zodiac. So I want us to really tap into that because China has a very ancient culture, ancient land, ancient peoples. And we really need to be getting more in touch in general with the world. Ceasing to separate ourselves from our brothers and sisters, from creation, from nature. And coming into a oneness that is of God, that is of true peace, for we will be residing and coming from and experiencing through our true nature. So you have to put an end to all the old cycles, all the old ways of being, all the old habits, all the old ideas about who you took yourself to be. Because maybe it was grounded in victimhood. Maybe it was grounded in narcissism. Maybe it was grounded in entitlement. Maybe it was grounded in money, in possessions, in things that are of the physical, which we have the power to create, which we have the power to attract, which we collectively experience together because we perpetuate this society, i.e. of money, things, possessions, seeing people only for their physical. We have perpetuated this society. So Spirit is really asking, are we going to continue doing that individually and collectively? Because it's time to step out of it. The other card I pulled was the world. So it's time to step out of all those cycles and bring your gifts to the world, especially in 2022, okay? Tap into that tiger energy. Just tap into that right now. Just breathe deeply. Visualize a tiger. What does the tiger spirit bring up for you? I immediately felt grounded. I felt strong. My spine straightened. Use your strength to your advantage. Use your skills to your advantage. Don't hide anymore. Don't be behind the scenes anymore. Don't be helping someone else make their dream if it's killing your dream, if it's slashing your dream, if you feel like you are just, with the claws of the tiger just scratching across your heart chakra by always helping others pursue their dreams, whilst forgetting yours, suppressing yourself. putting yourself down, making yourself weaker, less than, or even allowing yourself to be hurt. It's time to step into our dreams. It's time to step into a greater vision of what we desire and to bring that to the world. There's also very strong Pluto energy. Pluto is coming back for its return into the US chart. Pluto has a cycle of, they say, 248 years. So we're coming upon that soon. And it's already, because Pluto moves slowly, we're feeling that already, like the finish line of that already. It's happening. It's started. So that's underworld energy. That is just a very dense, heavy energy that makes you look at everything. Everything. It makes you look at your shadow. It makes you really delve deep into all those pockets of yourself that you tried to file away, or that you didn't want to remember anymore, or that you didn't want to look at or heal because it was too hard or you had too much fear. And Spirit is saying we've got to be looking at that. We've got to be putting balm on our soul, or finding others who can assist us and just soothing us and putting loving balm all over us, making us just feel truly loved and supported. So think about your circle of friends as well, the people you keep around you, the company that you're constantly in. Is that the energy that you want to be bringing into this year? Also, be mindful of that. The energies around you. How do you navigate them? How are you exchanging with them? Are you giving too much? Are you not giving enough? Are you receiving too much? Really analyze that. We came out of a retrograde of Venus into Capricorn. So it made you really get real about relationships and what it is you desire from a relationship, especially love, especially a partner dynamic that will be of the highest. You're realizing you don't want to play in the muck anymore, so to speak. That has a certain frequency that will then bring itself to your field. So what wave are you going on with somebody? Is that the dynamic? Is that the wave you want to create with them? Or does it feel choppy? Does it feel disturbed? If so, can you heal it? Can you fix it? Or, because if not, if there's not a willingness on both sides for true even exchange, for pure awareness exchange, where you're not coming from your story, your past, your behaviors, and even if you are, can you then bring resolution to that moment where you are and explain that that's what happened? Are you going to get real? Are you going to get real all around? Are you going to get real? Because if not, this year will regress you. The tiger is not always about hiding and lurking. It's out. It's stalking. Are you going to stalk those skills that you say you want to have or that you've wanted to acquire? Or are you just going to keep talking about it? Just keep talking to the world about the same old stuff, about how you used to be, about how you're going to get this, but you keep doing this. Are you going to keep doing that? That's what Spirit wants to know. Are you going to keep doing that? It's okay to drop that away, love. It's okay to be real. It's okay to use your voice, love. For you are loved. Okay, I also want to read to you about the element messages that were coming in. So, if you identify with a certain element, the ones that I'm mentioning, air, fire, water, earth, then I encourage you to truly listen. And listen for all the elements, because all of it is a part of us. And I just want you to see how each one resonates with you. I pulled cards for all of the elements. Let's begin with water. So the first card I only pulled one card. So the card I pulled for water was suffering. This is from a Buddhist oracle deck. Beautiful deck. I'll mention in the comments below the creator of this deck. Okay, suffering. And you see how the heart is fragmented? Think about that. The colors I got for water element this year to be infusing into their life: deep red and pink. Okay, water. You have experienced a lot of emotional introspection and integration this year and have gone into deeper realms, even the underworld, to understand your pain and trauma. You have gone deeper within and sat with what has surfaced. You have recognized all the roles you played: victim, villain, peacemaker, agitator, etc. And you have laid them to rest, for you saw how it was all exhausting you. You plugged deeper into the source of life and felt revitalized, despite those old narratives and thoughts that wanted you to feed them. You woke up to all the programs and how some of your brothers and sisters are still not aware to their true nature and all the Maya. You laid it to rest through compassion and tapping into the internal fountain of love constantly, springing forth from your divine spirit. You grew more wise in reading energy of all of creation. You saw some blockages and loved on them, and continue to be open to further guidance in order to elevate yourself. What a brave year for you. You did it. As you move forward, you really must implement your imaginations and ideas into action. You mustn't treat your gifts and skills as a side hustle anymore, for you constantly put your true life on the back burner and don't tend to it as you should. So please, be more aware. Step into who you truly are meant to be without fear or self-sabotage. Remember, you released that program. Continue to feel just your feelings and not so much anyone else's. That's not your job. And sometimes it doesn't allow others to feel the depths of their feelings because you're feeling them for them. Just breathe, give space, and be strong yet gentle and flowing like a body of water, with the capacity to be included and perfectly in love with solitude, so as to better understand the ebb and flow of relationships. Untangle threads with others you have grown distant from, so as to declutter your field and invite in loving and supportive energy. Always be aware with emotional buildup when it comes to your health. Keep lymph system healthy. Sweat, drink water with lemon, keep heart strong, and allow your watery nature to flow from the water of your third eye to the garden of your heart. Air. The next card is for air. Right livelihood. The color for air is yellow. Wear yellow, infuse yellow into your life. There's been a great deal of contemplation in 2021 about how your thoughts and ideas about yourself in the world have led you down a certain path. You can pinpoint certain decisions and reactions you have had that cut you off from your blessings and led you into experiences that amplified past problems, issues, wounds, etc., especially from childhood. An old version of you would have victimized yourself, self-sabotaged, and/or projected issues onto others as a way of bypassing and diverting pain. You talked yourself out of blessings and opportunities in the past, but now you see that and are no longer wanting to play small. Your purpose feels grand and at times makes you feel flighty and overwhelmed, but you have hopefully learned better ways to ground yourself and self-soothe so that you can meet your purpose head on in 2022. You're no longer satisfied with making money for the sake of making money. You're infusing and/or looking to infuse greater positive energy into your work and livelihood. You are wanting to do something that speaks more to your soul whilst navigating the faith that it will also fill your pockets. You cannot be a part of things that hurt any of creation and may have to leave situations, people, or work environments behind this year. You also cannot participate in abuses against the earth or her people, no matter how small or insignificant the abuses may seem. You will best thrive by keeping spiritual company close to you and befriending potential lovers intimately, emotionally, before taking it to that next level. You can step into greater mastery of different subjects and avenues of service to the collective this year as well. Refrain from teaching from ego and allow love to be your compass when it comes to guiding your soul and those around you. Be the light you were always meant to be this year, and never mind naysayers, doubters, or those who have consistent negative views about the world, themselves, or others. Use your free-thinking mind to your advantage and allow your heart to be expanded by this beautiful, positive, and insightful way of thinking about ideas of yourself and others and all of nature and creation. Releasing old ways will greatly serve you and open portals beyond your imagination. Be consistent in self-loving talk that will uplift others when and where you can. Earth. Equanimity. Deep blue and gray is your colors, Earth. In 2021, you went deeper into your past and how it has affected your present, especially when it comes to relationships. You began to see how you let yourself be knocked off your earth foundation in order to tend to others or put yourself out there for people who did not reciprocate the same kind of energy. And you saw the unfairness in this, but instead of blame, you stepped into more accountability for how you show up for yourself and what you are and are not willing to tolerate. You may have been disappointed with how people treated you even when you felt like you were there for them often, but you must press on and let these kind of parasitic energies drop away because they could become a hindrance to the blessings that want to come your way. You had a tendency to be very action-oriented in 2021. And although your soul was on board with letting things come your way, your mind and body are still in the process of catching up to your soul knowledge. And so they did. So remember to be easy and gentle with yourself. It will all come together. Have faith in the process. In 2022, you're being encouraged to stop seeing yourself as a mere pebble and come to know you are a solid mountain, a forceful spirit of the Most High. Only you can see yourself in a greater light. No one will do that for you. You cannot play small sometimes and then other times have an inflated ego or ideas of grandeur. You must balance yourself from within, Blessed One. You must cease polarizing because it creates an outer and inner landscape of polarization. And there must be more evenness from within in order to hold greater space for what it is you want in your life. Don't delay your blessings this year. with constant to-do lists, chores, adult tasks, etc., and allow your inner child to come more to the forefront and to ease into joy and peace of simply being. Call upon activities you enjoyed as a child and tap back into those so that you can feel lighter and more ignited to pursue your dreams. Your foundation of spirit has grown. Don't regress now. And don't put out the flame of your vision because you do not see results right away. You must keep going to be truly committed to what it is you say you want and how you wish to show up for the world. Get outside more, especially when you're in need of an inner reset and for time to simply be, and you will see from within. Fire. Fire. Your card, ignorance. Your color, deep velvety purple and satin white. In 2021, you began to either be more discerning or you began to discern. You began to see how you are creating your suffering and sense of righteousness, even when the moment may call for it. And you do this through your fires. You must tame your fires while simultaneously tending to them and keeping your heart within constantly lit like an earth. You are to be all observing and to be the great witness just as the fire can see 360 degrees and even quantumly because of its speed and quickness to consume. Consume knowledge and awareness. Develop a hunger for them and a love of the source, the Holy Spirit that is inside of you, for it created you. Develop this love, and you will quell past pain and past fires of reactivity. You keep your fires of love tended to, but you cease burning others, for your separation melts, and love is all-consuming. You know when to let the fires grow and become stronger for the freedom of the will of the people, but you lay to rest using your fires for purposes and motions of the ego. If we continue to be the great witness of all that is without entangling ourselves with all that is, you become and we're truly free. You can feel and enjoy the play of humanness and delight in the experiences and dramas of Maya, but you do not identify with all of it. You simply be and see it all as the witness of the Holy One. In this way, you clear up greater space for God to come through you and use your spirit for the mission that God hath planted in your heart and soul long before you even manifested in the physical realm in this body. Do not mistake yourself, nor others, for a mere apparition, a play with light that God has created, that is physicalized and solidified, but yet is ever changing. So then, are we or any of God's creations truly solid? Identify with the Spirit of God and then come to know your true nature, which is of God. It is limitless, without shape or form or name, yet it plays and dances in all the forms and waves. To see that and know it in your heart. But true mastery is to still dance and play of all that is. So know thyself and all of God's creations, and separation and limitation melts away. None of them, nor the fear or supposed blockages exist anymore. You know your wholeness and you receive and give as that wholeness. You know what you need to do through the elements. Whatever resonated with you in those readings, whatever stuck with you, that's what you're meant to explore and to love on. It's also a 6 year. 2, 2, 2 equals 6. So that's more of sharing of responsibility, justice, sense of purpose to transmute and transform not only yourself but the collective, love and divine strength. 6 is the sum and product of its factors, so it's all equal. We're all in this together, literally. Like, this year is really for unearthing that. And it's also about the truth and the divine light being shined on the truth and going into the shadow and discovering what it is we want to bring to the light. And there's a dance with that. There's a play with that, especially with the year of the tiger. We can have a lot of breakthroughs from the darkness, from being in communion with the shadow, or we can sink deeper into it. It's your choice. But this year is a really prominent year. I visualize a fork in the road, and you need to choose. Spirit is saying you really got to get real with yourself and choose this year. Are you going to step into that great tiger energy of leadership and stability and truth and honesty, no matter what people are saying or doing, or even the energies around you? Can you maintain that calm, that sense of purpose, such as how a tiger operates, in order to really help to excel you in your destiny and in your life and what it is you're here to do? You can continue to be a product of pain, or you can continue and move forward in an energy of power, of transmuting that pain into power and owning it and using it for your benefit, not to play small or victimize yourself. And instead just be like, I went through something, and that gave me a greater perspective. And maybe even it transformed, not maybe, it did. It transformed my soul. It transmuted ancient energies within me. And I step now into my true nature. I step into my true nature. I get out of that wheel of fortune, all the samsara and the suffering. I get out of all that. And I get into me. I get into my heart and my third eye in tandem. And I really embody who it is I'm supposed to be this year. Also, pay attention to breath always. Develop greater lung capacity. And know how to be in relationship with the earth. Know more about the plants and the trees and the herbs and the animals and their names and what it is they bring to this planet. Develop relationship with earth. For it could be on your side or it can destroy you. Earth will always take care of itself. So be a friend to the earth if you want the earth to take care of you. And be more than a friend. Be a lover of the earth and a lover of its people as well. Drop away all the separation. Really let that melt away from you as much as possible. It can happen all at once or done. It's finished. I no longer separate from myself from others. I no longer see them as less than or more than. And that's not to say I don't honor this divine spirit that I am and that I am embodying and playing in and being free and in my true nature. But I don't see someone else's creation as separate from mine, for it all came from the one creator. And you create greater divine collaboration in this way. You create greater harmony in this way when you do for others as though you would want done unto you, because you are not different from them. You are not other. You're not separate. Come more into your heart. Come more into your heart this year. You really, really must ground more into your divine spirit in your heart and be using your third eye for your benefit. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, for checking into yourself. I love you. I honor you. And may this year, may 2022 really be your year. And I look forward to coming back with more messages and interacting more with you here to collaborate and to pass on this divine energy and love that you are, that we all are. Many blessings and much peace.